All right, let's get into it.
You're back.
I know I am. It's crazy. It's been a minute.
Yeah. And you have to leave again in an hour or two.
I know, right? Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Warfighter Tobacco Podcast. I'm John. That's Scott, Justin, producer extraordinaire over there. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah. Last week we did the live thing.
Right.
Tried that out. I think it worked okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Seemed like people enjoyed it.
Yeah. We'll probably, I don't know if we'll do it every week. We were talking about it, but our schedules are screwed. So it's hard to schedule it.
After the 4th of July, we should be able to. Well, no, because you're gone.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
in August. We got some time.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, monthly or every other week or something we'll try.
Yeah.
We're not live now.
No, we're not even close.
So,
But while we do have you guys, June 21st, Culpeper, Virginia, Historic Smoke, doing a cigar event out there. If you're in the area, I know we've had a couple of people message in about it, and just making sure that we put it out there and you guys know. And then that'll be one of our last events that we will be at until after the 4th.
yeah.
Yep. But yeah, we're going good. Great feedback on the redacted cigar, which is coming up soon.
Yes.
July 1st.
July
And that is a day that you don't want to miss.
Yeah, that's a good day to order cigars.
It's a great day because we will also be having our Victory cigar promo going on. Do you want to give them a little info about that?
Well, it's like, I think we've done it every year now for about 5 or 6 years.
I think it's been longer than that. But
Yeah. But it's, any cigar, any order with cigars in it, you get a free Victory cigar.
Yep.
And that is from, what are the dates?
June 20th.
June 20th to the 4th of
Independence
July
Day.
at midnight.
Yep.
So any order you place, but on the July 1st, if you place that order,
Yeah.
you're going to also get the redacted.
The redacted promo is going on too.
And the redacted promo is one for every 5 cigars you order.
Yep.
But the Victory promo is 1 cigar for every order that has cigars in it.
Yes.
So you
It's going
won't
to get confusing,
yeah.
but we got to figure it
Yeah,
out.
we haven't figured it out. So if you might get 3 free redacteds, but
Yeah.
you're only going to get 1 free Victory.
Right.
Right.
Now, the whole reason we do the Victory promo for the 4th of July is that was America's original victory.
Right.
Right? That was the first victory we had. We told England, hey, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our goal with this is, and we start the promo early because we want to get the cigars to you prior to the 4th of July.
Yeah.
And that way you can sit there on the 4th and smoke a victory and celebrate Independence Day.
And we would feel shitty if we ended it on July 1st. Like we have to run it through the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah.
But the goal of it is to have as many people as possible smoking a victory cigar on Independence Day.
yeah, because that's what we're going to be doing.
That's it. Yep.
So, yeah.
But yeah. So
And then that'll probably, I doubt that we have very many victories left after that date.
oh, we probably won't.
Yeah.
We buried some just for this specific.
Yeah. Because we thought we were going to run out.
Yep.
But
This is our one sale a year that there's so much meaning behind it. And it's
Yeah.
not even really a sale.
it's not.
It's not at all.
We're just giving
Like,
you a free victory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But legally we can't just hand them to everyone.
Right.
Yeah. No, this is really fun. So,
And we
yeah.
appreciate, what we appreciate too is on the 4th or around the 4th, when you're out doing your thing with the family and friends and lighting firecrackers and fireworks,
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Tag us.
Yeah, take a picture, put it on social media and tag us,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. We'll share it.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
We love seeing that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it makes us feel like we're with you guys. So
It really does.
yeah.
I wish I could smoke a cigar with every single one of our customers.
Oh, me too. I try to.
It's because it's so fun.
It is. Right?
It really
Right.
is.
It also makes me happy. Well, I don't know. I'm torn whether we should do whiskey or not, because if I would want to drink a whiskey with every one of my customers, it would be hard.
It'd be bad.
It would be bad.
Oh.
So but that happens sometimes too. It's just we don't sell whiskey.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But I enjoy, like I had a good time in Colorado, right? I went out to 3Ds And we had a little event. And then at the end of the event, I got invited out to go to the bar, just hang out with you guys, right? And I went there, and it was all the customers that I had seen earlier in the day. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Right. And I'm like, oh, hey, this is cool. So it was like a Vietnam vet, another Iraq vet, and then like 4 active duty guys.
Oh, cool.
And so we had a good time hanging out. Yeah. Talking the shit. So yeah. But the spicy nostalgia, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we got the business out of the way. Now we can have fun. We talked about some of the upcoming stuff we have going on and in events. But yeah, so the tobacco world's kind of weird right now.
It is.
With all the tariffs.
Yeah.
Don't know if they're staying or going.
Yeah.
For how long, or if they're getting increased. Everyone's doing, well, not everyone. A lot of people are starting to do price increases because they're paying tariffs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like there was a couple lawsuits that were going on that people thought it was going to affect tariffs and they might go away. And now everything's just business as usual.
Yeah.
That didn't really change much. But yeah, so, I mean, as for us, we were talking about it right before we started recording. As soon as we get hit with tariffs, we have to.
Yep.
It is not a cost that a business, any business, can eat.
Yeah.
If you look across the board at other industries,
maybe some businesses,
and not if it's trying to be run the right way.
Yeah.
It's hard, right? Because you have annual cost of living increases every year. The cost of everything just goes up, right? And it's been doing that for years. That's why they call it a cost of living adjustment, COLA.
Right. Yeah.
For government pay or for anything that comes along with that. So that cost alone justifies a yearly increase for a lot of companies out there, not even just in this industry. We have tried to hold off as long as possible. We've done one price increase in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that long ago. That's why it feels bad that we might have to do another one.
Yeah. I mean, it's longer than some other companies that in the cigar industry. They do them annually. Yeah. Every January 1. Yeah. Hey, sorry.
Yeah. Which is what we should have done. Probably.
Yeah, we'd be in a different situation if we did that over the years instead of where we're at right now. But we will have to do an increase. We're trying to factor it in to make it the least expensive as possible.
Yeah,
it's
luckily you think 10% tariff, right? So I know the consumer's looking at a $10 cigar, thinking, oh, that's going to be another $1.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be, because that 10% is based off of our cost.
Yeah,
right. And so, yeah, but then how do we figure it out? Because sometimes our cigars cost differently.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of math.
We'll have to math. We'll have to average. Yeah. We'll have to go through burn rates and all kinds of stuff to get it accurate.
Yeah.
And then, do as minimal of an increase as we can across the board.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In some industries, right? Like you look at the automotive industry, right? A lot of them are like, okay, tariffs, I'm just going to build the factory in the United States and we'll build cars there and not have to pay the tariffs.
Yeah.
Well, cigar industry, we can't do that.
Right.
Like there's no, that would increase the prices 500%. So,
yeah. With cars though, one of the things they do with cars is they can be classified as a domestic manufacturer if they assemble it here. Right. All the parts can be made somewhere else, but they put it all together here and it's manufactured here. The only way that would work with cigars is if it was loose tobacco, but that still gets taxed.
Right.
There's no way, you know what I mean? It's not like we can be like, oh, well, just don't put it in cello, don't put a band on it, don't put it in a box.
Right.
And then we manufactured it here.
Right. Well, not only that,
they're like, no, that's still a tobacco product.
Labor costs would go through the roof.
Oh, yeah.
Quality would probably go down because I don't think there's a big batch of Americans that know how to roll cigars, like
no,
or do the whole process, right? Like it's an art form that they have in these other countries, and it's been passed down for generations.
Yep.
It's not like you can just move that institutional knowledge overnight and start something new.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, you know what? I'm just going to grow all the tobacco here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see in 20 years, maybe. Yeah. So, yeah. So we're in a weird category, and hopefully down the road, our category can be exempted because there's no options for us to have in the United States, so I still have a little bit of hope that, that it's not a permanent thing, but who knows?
Yeah.
Might be. So,
yeah.
But enough of that shit. What else we got going on?
Well, I'm heading down to Florida for this weekend for a fundraiser for Warfighter Scuba. So if you're listening to this, you got about 24 hours left. Go to warfighterscuba.org, and they have a whole bunch of raffle items listed under their store tab, and you can bid on them. And then they're drawing the winners for all those on Saturday evening. And there's some good scuba gear on there, some vacation packages and trips, and there's I think a couple firearms. They got all kinds of fun stuff on.
Nice.
But it's all the proceeds going to Warfighter Scuba. We're going down there with the Lionfish Zookeepers, and so they make. They're an organization that facilitates a lot of lionfish hunting because they're invasive species and they destroy reefs.
Right.
But they also make the container that once you spear them, you put it in the container, and that way it doesn't stab you, and you're not in excruciating pain.
Yeah. You don't just leave them float?
No. So I'm super intrigued by lionfish. I really am.
Yeah.
Right. And the reason why is because they don't have a single natural predator. No fish will eat a lionfish when it's alive.
Because they're spiky, right?
I don't know why. But if it's wounded or if it's dead, almost, I wouldn't say anything, but there is a lot of other fish that will eat it then.
Oh.
Like immediately. Like, I have no idea why. It could be sitting there alive, just sitting there, and the fish will go right by it, won't even look twice. I'm all set. You spear it and wound it, and they're coming to try to take it, rip it off your spear.
Weird.
Yeah. Grouper, barracuda, sharks. Yeah. But alive, they don't. Nope. I'll stop. Thanks.
Huh.
I'm like, what? Why?
You know what? I saw a video of, this is off topic a little bit, the other day. There must be a fish that cleans the inside of other fish's mouths.
There's a shitload of cleaner fish and shrimp. Yep.
But it's these big fucking fish are opening their mouths and letting these little fish swim in.
Talk about trust.
Right?
So they actually have, there's a cool thing that so there's an island off the coast of Baja, Mexico called Socorro. And it is a deep water island, meaning there is not a barrier reef around it. There's not like, it's only like 30-foot shallows. You know what I mean? There's some like rock outcrops that pop up. It's essentially the volcano.
Right.
And then the tip of it is sticking out. It's a group of islands, island chain, and one of the islands has an airfield on it, but I think there's only about 100 people that live on it. But you can do a live-aboard dive trip out there, and it's big water diving, like big ocean diving. So you're just in like thousands of feet hanging out. But by these rock outcrops and stuff, they have what's called cleaning stations. And so all these massive like tiger sharks and these big fish will pull up like a car wash and just chill. And they almost go into like nirvana, like a different mental state while they're getting cleaned. And they pull up and all these fish just pick all the parasites and all the crap off them and everything. And then they swim off.
That's insane to me.
Yeah. It's super cool. But they have it on reefs, have it too. It's just on a smaller scale.
Right.
It's smaller fish, but yeah, they have little cleaner shrimp and cleaner fish that'll do it. And like I've never seen it personally, and it's never happened to me. But I know guys that have hung out enough on a certain area where the cleaner fish are, and have taken the rig out and opened their mouth, and the cleaner fish have cleaned their mouth, like swim around it. Yeah, and I'm like, that is so cool. Like someday, like this.
Funny you bring that up.
Yep. Yeah, it's so cool. All they're doing is dead skin, anything essentially that's not tied down. You know what I mean? It doesn't hurt. But they do the same thing with fish.
So what happens to the ecosystem? Say there's that one asshole fish that kills a cleaner fish?
So there is a fish that poses. It can change its look.
Yeah.
And it poses as a cleaner fish so it can hunt. Yeah. So they're out there. They're imposters that are out there that do it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is like the whole environment turn against the one fish that ate the cleaner fish. Like, oh,
They
that was
literally
awful.
will be like, "Fuck off, buddy. We know you're not one of us." And then eventually it leaves and has to go find another.
No,
place to eat.
not the fake cleaner fish.
Yeah.
Say a fish eats a real cleaner fish.
Oh.
Is he on the outs then?
Yeah, I don't think anybody would trust him.
Right?
after
It's like
that.
it's like you pull up to a car wash and you kill everybody that's working there.
yeah.
Like, you know, like what happens then? You go to the next car wash and try it again? Like, I don't know, right? Like
it just depends how fast words.
I mean, obviously there's ocean etiquette. So
Oh, absolutely.
Right, like-
so I this is more of that like the symbiotic relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the larger fish need this done,
yeah.
and they can't. Obviously, they don't have thumbs; they can't do it themselves.
Right.
And so I think it's just like ingrained or taught. I don't know which it is. That they kind of have to go get this done.
Right.
It can't be comfortable to have parasites and shit growing on
Well,
you.
no,
You can't
no,
get rid of it. You
no.
know. There's some fish that they've learned to rub against reefs or rocks
Yeah.
or the the seabed
Right.
to try to get the parasites off or the crustaceans, whatever's growing on them. I just got a book about this thick that just like down the fucking rabbit hole on that kind of stuff and sea life and the cool thing with it's just like hunting. It really is.
Yeah.
Except I'm not hunting when I'm scuba diving. I'm just looking.
Right.
But if you learn where the fish or what organisms, whatever it is you're looking for, if you learn its environment, you learn what it eats, you learn how it acts, you can find them
Right.
so much easier
Right.
because now you're like, oh, well, here's this and here's that. So that means that it should be close,
Yeah.
Or here's a food source or here's, shelter or whatever it is. Like octopus, there's a couple of telltale signs for octopus, depending on where you're at and what type of octopus it is. Some of them you'll see a whole bunch of like shells in front of like a little thing, and like that's their little, and like, ooh, I wonder what's in there. And you hang out enough, and you see a little tentacle pop out. You're like, shit, right there.
Yeah.
You would have swam over that spot 1,000 times if you didn't know. So there's a lot of cool stuff, and it's just like animals on land.
Yeah.
Like you learn their
Habits.
movements, their water, their food sources, where they would bed down or shelter,
Yeah.
and then you can find them. Yeah. It's really cool. Yeah, lionfish, they're assholes.
Yeah.
I heard a stat, and I don't know if it's 100% true or not, but I believe it, that one lionfish in a month can take over 100,000 fish off a reef.
Wow.
Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah.
Insane. So yeah, should kill everyone you find. But they're delicious.
Yeah. I've actually had them.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Were you down in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Lionfish ceviche. With a little bit of pineapple in it. Oh.
speaking of ceviche, I had it at the off-road park.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was different than what I've had before. It was more, but man, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was way off. Up to 60,000 fish by the time it reaches 2 years old. Either way,
Yeah.
that's still a lot. That's 30,000 fish a year. My math in my brain isn't that easy.
Yeah.
That's 2,500 fish a month.
That's crazy. They're not like huge either, are they?
No, they're
Well, the older
Yeah.
they get, the bigger they get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 82 fish a day. Fuck. They need to put a bag limit for lionfish.
right.
Yeah, you only get 5, bro.
Yeah.
That's all you need. They're beautiful. They look cool.
Yeah, they are cool looking fish.
But they taste really good. You just don't want to get poked by them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it hurts a lot.
Is it like venomous at all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it is not. I mean, it's not going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it could, depending if you're allergic to it or not. But
Yeah.
it is excruciatingly painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they don't come after people necessarily, do they?
Like not on purpose. They're not like aggressive trying to like.
It's like if you bump into them more, right?
Yeah. But they're actually kind of smart. Like you have to kind of like, if you were the lionfish and I'm like trying to spear you, like I can't just come at you with a spear like looking at you, right? It's gonna swim off before I even get close. But if I'm like this and then like come up and then like last minute I'm like then it just hangs out. It doesn't go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're still fish. They're not that smart.
Yeah.
But they're pretty cool. But yeah, so that's going on this weekend. Then next weekend, Culpeper, Virginia. I think there's one weekend after that, and then the 4th of July.
Yeah.
So, and 4th of July, I think there's an event going on in Arizona at Minutemen Cigars. Yeah. Adam, our broker out there, is going to be covering that one. It's a new shop up there, and they have a really, really cool setup up in northern Arizona.
Yeah, it was funny. They said, "Hey, we named the shop Minutemen." We're like, "Hey, we have a cigar named Minutemen."
They're like, "Yeah, that's why we're here talking to you."
Like, cool. You should sell our Minutemen in your Minutemen store.
Right.
It would make a lot of sense.
It really, yeah.
So cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about the shop other than
they're guys. They used to run a different shop, and they were a big, huge supporter of us in that other shop. Yeah. And our cigars moved really, really well with them, and so we're hoping that the same thing happens in their new location. Yeah. But they went above and beyond in their build out.
Cool.
If I remember right, like there's barber shops and all kinds of stuff in that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like it's like a man cave,
right,
for the public.
Yeah. Yeah. Then next week I go down to Florida to Key West to pick the Coast Guard boy up and move him to his new duty station in Houston. So yeah, that'll be quite the trip.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you got a lot of driving.
I got a lot of driving coming up.
Yeah. You're doing family stuff for the 4th, and then shortly after that you're going up off-roading.
Yeah,
checking a bucket list off.
Yeah, so it's not so much the mud stuff, but it's more like Ouray, Colorado, and Moab. With my brother, he's into like the Jeep thing and that. So,
how big of a humidor are you bringing for that? Because you're like off grid for like 2 weeks, essentially, right?
Yeah, and I'll probably bring a 1300 and all my ruck cases. I have like 260s and 240s and 220s.
You might want to grab one of those Pelican Airs that we travel with.
Yeah, that's true. But,
yeah. No, that'll be super cool. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, it's fun meeting people. Like they're like, oh, you smoke cigars. Like I met one guy from the Dominican this last weekend, and I'm like, well, you probably smoke cigars then. He's like, oh yeah, and we get to talking and he's like, oh, where'd you get the cigar? I'm like, oh, well, I happen to have a factory in Nicaragua that makes it for me.
Right.
So yeah, but it's fun. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that off-road trip. I hear the scenery is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So
that'd be, that's going to be fun.
It's going to take me 3 days to get the mud off my side-by-side now to make it like look good again. It's kind of muddy
right now.
Yeah. You'll see it, and you saw it in the Father's Day video, but it's gotten worse in the upcoming 4th of July video. You may see it again.
That's true.
But yeah, it's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
So
it'll be just dusty.
Yeah.
After that trip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
are you bringing helmets or anything, or
no,
like just for dust?
I don't know. I don't think I need it for that trip.
Yeah.
I think I need it for if I do the sand dunes is
okay
story. But eventually I'll get,
because they make the ones that have like the little fan that pumps it.
Yeah,
right?
it's a positive air pump. Yeah. That's on the to-do list. But
are you taking multiple sets of tires with you?
No, I'm taking multiple side-by-sides with me. So I think I'm going to take blue as a backup,
so
just in case something happens. But no, I'll just run those rock tires.
So are you guys like setting like camping?
No, we
then-
got an Airbnb in Colorado and then another little cabin in Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're just going to do like day
Yeah.
trips in Colorado and then go to Utah and then,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were doing like, we're doing like
Cross-country.
1,000 miles.
No, I wish, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. So that's what I in my brain, that's what I thought from when you were like, hey, I'm going to Utah with my brother. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
No, my side-by-side's not necessarily, I guess maybe. I just don't know if I get like a tent and all the stuff I need on mine because I need my cooler and my cooler.
Well, I was going to say that.
But no, I would like to do it.
You'd be the only person I know that has a rock crawling side by side that has a trailer.
right. Yeah. That'd be funny. You know how you see like the old pickup beds that are now like a trailer?
Yeah.
I need to find like an old wrecked side by side and
Just a little bit.
Just take the bed and the back wheels. Have an off-road trailer.
Oh, that would be funny.
It would be funny. But no, there's a ride that goes from Phoenix to Las Vegas.
Yes.
And
They're all up through the washes. Yep.
yeah, and there's a couple guys that host it.
I've done Phoenix to, what the hell's the name of that town? It's only like 40 miles, and we did it on 4-wheelers.
Yeah.
And that was cool as shit. That sucked dust-wise.
Yeah, that's when I would want that helmet.
I mean, you have a dirt bike helmet and goggles,
Yeah.
but it's the breathing of.
Yeah, you need the positive airflow.
Yeah.
And those little pumps are like $300. They're not like crazy expensive. So, but yeah, that trip, Phoenix to Las Vegas, I think it's like 800 miles round trip or something.
Yeah.
So,
Nice.
it'd be fun. Yeah, they're like, you have to have an extra this and an extra that and an extra that, and then they have a chase vehicle with a trailer that just in case. And,
Because
yeah.
I mean, you're literally in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing. Like there's probably I think 3 towns in between Phoenix and Vegas that are like if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
But other than that, like you're 20, 30 miles from civilization.
Yeah. And that's a camping one. So you set up a tent each night, and then there's a couple restaurants that they have lined up or something that's semi-catered or whatever. But
cool.
But it's like $3,500 to do this trip. I don't know, but they have all the support.
But with the support, that's
right?
worth it.
Right. So
Yeah.
and then you're going with a group of people. So
that'll
that'd
be
be kind of
fun.
cool too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was gonna say if you go by yourself and something happens and you're stranded, that $3,500 sounds cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, be calling Heavy D to get a sling load, or something. But, yeah. What else? Anything? Shit. There's all kinds of headlines. I don't even know where to start. There was an airline that went down.
I saw that.
There were survivors, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And Air India going to London went down, and the pictures are kind of crazy. Like you can see the whole tail section. It looked like it crashed in a town.
It said, from what I heard, it was right after takeoff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I saw a stat, and this is a while ago. It was the first 6 minutes and the last 6 minutes of your flight are where 95% of the crashes happen.
That makes sense. Shit's changing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pilots are airing.
Yeah. Speaking of plane crashes, after not this past time I was down in Roatan, when I went for my instructor training course, there was a plane crash that next week, and it was a local, like a regional that Central America plane, and I guess they're not very known for maintenance.
Yeah,
but it literally it took off the island Roatan, and then maybe not even a mile. But the plane. I think it ended up on the bottom somewhere 160 feet, 180 feet, maybe. Deeper than a recreational dive. So you have to get tech divers in.
Did people live on that one?
I don't.
Because I think you can water land a plane pretty.
I don't know, but this is the weird part of it, right? So I was talking to one of the guys that was down there, and I'm not going to put names out because he doesn't need to have their shit put out there. But I was talking to one of the guys that was on the island that they went down and he recovered the last body.
Oh, okay.
And so I talked to him about a lot about that day. Mainly I wanted to talk to him because it's going to fuck you up.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
You know what I mean? Especially for diving. He didn't miss a day of diving.
Right.
and I'll get into that here in a second, but let me kind of build the scene so you kind of understand what's going on. So it was a local charter plane. I think there was 20 maybe ish seats on the plane. Plane went down. When they found it on the bottom, they don't know how anybody got out of the plane, but there's only one person in the plane at the bottom.
Oh,
everybody else was out.
Oh,
all the doors were shut. The plane was intact. It wasn't like split into a million pieces. Like it was just really weird, right? Plane's still there. They haven't recovered the plane.
Right.
The company came down. They had a big scene going on for like a couple weeks, and then all of a sudden, overnight, they packed everything up and left. And it just doesn't even look like anybody was there anymore. Plane's still at the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I guess somebody now is trying to get insurance involved, and they're trying to maybe bring the plane to the surface. Either way, whatever. So it turned into a big shit show. They tried to give credit. They did give credit to Honda and Navy for the rescues, even though nobody was rescued by them.
Well, okay.
The people that were actually doing the work, it was they politicized it.
Yeah.
The news did essentially. But the people that were doing the work didn't get any recognition whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where there's been times since where local organizations have claimed responsibility for it, and they didn't have a single person in the water.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
But by the time they got down, so it was a deco dive, it was a deep dive. By the time they got down there, the plane's been in the water for over 12 hours at this point. So it gets very interesting when it comes down to survivors, right? Because like, say there's an air pocket, say that person's still alive.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
They're breathing compressed air at that depth, essentially, because it's compressed because of the depth.
Right.
How saturated is their body? If you can get them pulled out,
right,
you have to explain to them, hey, I can't bring you to the surface, or else you will like liquefy. All these gas bubbles that are absorbed in your body now will come out of your body as if you squeezed a loofah underwater.
Yeah.
Like there'll be nothing left of you by the time we go. So it's going to take us 45 minutes of hanging out at different depths to get back to the surface.
Somebody who's not a scuba person.
But that's at minimum, right? So you have somebody that's no training at this, right? You're trying to math out, okay, if they've been down there for 12 hours, what are their deco obligations? How long do they have to breathe certain gases at certain depths in order for us to get them to surface and then throw them in a deco chamber?
Right.
Right. So like half of the time, like half of your mind, you got to be like, oh man, okay, I hope this person's alive. Like there's always got to be hope.
Right.
But the other side is, okay, if they are, then this turns into something else. You know what I mean?
And then if there's a language barrier, Jesus Christ.
I know.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So like so when you really start, it's not so easy. Like, oh yeah, just go get them. Oh, they're still alive. Cool. Bring them to the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
well, it's like the cave rescue that time. Like, yeah, that was, and
that was insane because they just had to drug the people to get them out.
They had to put them under.
That's the only way.
Dude, if I was being rescued, yes, put me the fuck under.
Yeah. Give me extra.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger guy.
Jesus, take the bubbles. I don't know. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way though.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to get somebody who's never done that to go through something that technical, you know, just even fitting through the air, let alone breathing and not freaking out. But yeah. But yeah, so they ended up doing a recovery. They located the body. They brought him to the surface, but they had to do their deco stop. So once they got to a depth where a free diver could come down, they were hanging out doing their deco stop, and they had, the body, it's an attachment hooked onto the body so they could hold on. Then they're hanging at their depth. I think they had a line that was onto the wreck at the time. So they're hanging on the line, and a free diver came down, and that's when they released control of the body, and they brought him to the surface. And then the Honda and Navy ship that was out there was the one that recovered the body, which I guess was a shit show because 12 hours in the water, you're starting to lose skin. Not like it's like coming completely off, but any dead skin is going to flake off.
Yeah.
Right. So it's going to look like a piece of something floating in the water.
Yeah.
And that's the residuals for the guys that were down there. Is they'll just be doing a regular dive, 50 feet, perfect visibility, nice reef in the background, fish everywhere, and just something. And then it's that immediate like, oh, because they think it looks like just dead skin floating in the water. So yeah, But yeah, that was a
So
mess.
there must have been some survivors then.
I don't know. Selfishly, my focus on that whole incident was how they did the recovery stuff. You know what I mean? Like it. I mean, I now that I think of it, it kind of makes me feel like a shitbag that, I don't know that information.
But Justin, you got something on it?
So I found the Wikipedia page for it. Supposedly, the last passenger's body that John was talking about was a woman traveling with her husband, was recovered the day after the accident. Her husband survived and was taken to the hospital. That's all they have on that.
Okay.
So I'm still doing a little deep diving, but I guess there was at least one survivor.
Well, if everybody was out of it, that's a. But
here we go. So apparently there was from the Wikipedia, there's a total of 18 people. 3 were air crew, and this article says plane crash off Caribbean island kills at least 12, including music star, who I will see who that is.
Mm-hmm. Is that you or me? Sorry.
I think that's you.
My bad.
Apparently the plane, they were talking to some fishermen. They said the plane almost fell on us. I was fishing, which is crazy to be out on the boat and just a plane falling out of the air. Here we go. 5 were rescued and hospitalized. So
There's 15 passengers and 2 crew on the board
oh yeah, this one says 17 also.
Yeah, 17 total.
But that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what else we got? Any?
I don't think there's anything current event wise that we want to dig into. It's so bad.
Such a shit show. We got the LA peaceful protests going on.
I don't even think you can call them LA now. Like it's here
everywhere.
in San Antonio. It's getting crazy in Austin.
Yeah. Did you see Justin?
I was just gonna say, big shout out to our friend Justin Governal.
That was a great picture.
Oh my god, that was amazing. Well, so there's 2 pictures. One, he's wearing a very beautiful shirt, and he's on Fox News. That was great. My other favorite is he put a video up on his social media that he's doing a stand-up comedy at LOL Comedy Club on.
This is Justin Governal on Fox 7 here in San Antonio.
So click on his profile.
His T-shirt says "Don't bully me, I'll come."
Yeah, click on that one right there.
Yeah.
It's come to my show at LOL on June 15th. And so everyone's protesting with all these signs, and he's promoting his next comedy show.
he's getting some attention too. I think he said he posted something, and one of his videos got like 20,000 views in like half an hour.
Oh, that's funny.
This one's great too.
Yep. I just like how serious he looks. Like he looks like everyone else.
Well, from behind, everybody thinks he's probably just one of them.
Oh, that's so funny. What a good idea.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I guess the Texas Guard got activated.
It did.
And
I had to hit up some of my buddies and be like, "Hey, you in town?"
That's funny.
Man, talk about a gig that that just sounds so shitty.
Yeah.
I got to give I've seen a bunch of videos of like the people that are standing in front of the cops or the guardsmen or the Marines, and they're just like talking shit, and they're just fucking stoic, not paying attention. I'm like,
when I was in the Guard, we did riot control training and stuff, and I couldn't imagine having to deal with just people fucking at a certain point it becomes you just want to beat their ass, but you have to have that big picture in your mind, and as a PFC, it's in the National Guard, you got to have that big picture, man.
Yep.
You can't just thump that motherfucker in front of you. It's not another country, you gotta.
Unless they're a news reporter, and then you can just fucking.
That was unfortunate. That was a cop, not a.
No, but also in the cop's defense, there was no press badges. There was no that was just another person in the crowd. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they probably were giving the orders of
Yeah.
like everybody step back because there was
Yeah.
no one really around.
There was nobody
right?
around.
Like,
Yeah.
have y'all seen? I'm trying to look. Have y'all seen the cameraman that gets fucking dome shotted by
Yes,
those
he was on
rubber
the
bullets?
roof. He was on the roof. Yeah, I saw that.
I'll see if I can find it real quick.
Oh man, he's up on the roof, and all of a sudden, wham!
Rubber bullets don't hurt that bad past about 20 yards.
But if you're not expecting it,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
smokes you in the
Yeah.
dome.
It'd be like it being get hit with a paintball gun, right? It feels about
Yeah,
like
it stings, but it's yeah.
Not pleasant, but not gonna kill you either.
Yeah.
Have they just done away with beanbag rounds? I haven't seen anybody.
that.
talking
No,
about
but beanbag
rounds.
rounds they're a little more hardcore because they're a beanbag filled with steel shot. Like when we were training with them, I shot them into a wall from here to there,
Right.
and you could see the individual BBs that were in the beanbag
oh,
so a beanbag round it could be accidentally lethal for sure.
isn't it? That's also why is it Johnny Knoxville? Why he has a catheter now? It's because he took a big bag round to his beanbag.
Oh.
Like,
Ouch.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that story goes.
It's not good.
No, dang, I can't find it. But yeah, that came across my social media, and I was just like, "Oh, what's it?" But it's crazy because like he's looking down, and the guy fires, and you can literally see the round like, and then it hits him, and the camera drops, and he's like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "You know what? It's a hell of a shot!" Like, or that cop was just like, "I'm gonna scare this guy."
Yeah.
Pow! Ah, fuck! Like,
I am a huge proponent of the water cannon.
Oh, that thing's awesome.
That is like,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite tools that they use for riot control. Yep.
Yeah, I could see where that would suck to get hit with that.
I mean, it's not going to feel nice, but it's not really going to fuck you up.
Oh, I think it could.
I mean, I think what's going to hurt the most is whatever it throws you into.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
water itself hitting
Yeah.
you, but then when it's over, you're soaked,
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I think, you probably can't do this, but I think you should put like capsaicin in that water. So it's like, essentially you're macing everybody at the same time that you're pressure washing them.
I saw the video we pulled up the other day. I guess they put like pink food coloring in it or something,
Yeah.
and it was just like, yeah, fuck you, and I'm gonna stain all your shit.
So you can identify it
Yeah.
after.
Also,
Yeah.
that, yeah. Oh, I did find the video though. Watch how just
Oh, this is from the dude.
yeah,
Yes.
just boop, and then you see it. Wow. Like-
I've seen one that's from the ground showing him get hit. I've never saw
Yeah.
that angle.
And then that's the aftermath.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That is a softball size welt on his
Well,
forehead.
okay. So go back to that. That was fired out of a 40 millimeter.
Oh,
So that's a rubber or foam 40 millimeter bullet, right?
Oh, that looked like a racquetball.
Yeah.
Oh,
just the
man.
fact that you know what? Shout out to my fellow camera brethren. You got the shot, dude. Like, you got the
Sacrifice
shot.
the body.
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy the stuff that's coming out now.
Man.
I think was it the Dallas sheriff or something, like got on the podium and was just like, don't bring that here.
Yeah.
We will not play that game. Like, if you want to
Well, like, I mean, okay. So say me as an individual want to go into, I don't know, say a bar that I was kicked out of, right?
Mhm.
And to make my point, I start destroying everything in the bar and light it on fire. And I say, I am not leaving.
Yeah. They should definitely let you stay, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, now that you showed me that side
Right,
of you.
right.
Oh, you know what? No.
Oh, you want to burn
Stay
the
now.
city down? Okay, yeah, you should be able to stay.
Yeah. It doesn't.
No,
Yeah.
you and everybody you're associated with need to now leave.
Yeah. It's,
So,
The part that kills me is the people that are in charge of these states and cities that these riots are happening in.
Yeah.
That are trying to place the blame that the guard got sent in.
right.
Well, this wouldn't happen if you didn't send the guard in.
It was happening.
It was happening beforehand.
Yeah.
That's why. That was the justification on the why they got sent in. Now, instead of getting on a soapbox and talking about the only reason that the riots are happening is because the guard got sent in.
Yeah.
Why don't you get on your soapbox and you try to prevent the violence against your tax-paying citizens that live in your districts or your states and minimize the damage instead of adding fuel to the fire and essentially justifying the rioters.
Yeah. Like, oh, let's take their side. Yeah.
You're saying that
no,
it's okay to continue doing this until the guard leaves.
Right. Let's go back to peaceful protesters though. Like that's okay. It's okay to protest.
Absolutely.
But you burn a cop car down.
Any car.
Not peaceful.
You destroy.
You steal everything out of a business.
If you do anything to prevent revenue out of a business, you crossed a line.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a law that says that.
Right. Yeah.
Like
pull up the picture of the guards guys sleeping on the floor. And then the people like, this is how Trump treats his National Guard guys. They were all sleeping on the floor. No food, no shelter. Okay. One, you're ignorant because everybody in the military that I knew, not everybody in the military does this. Air Force, I'm talking to you, sleeps on the floor. This is commonplace.
Yeah.
So Gavin Newsom says, you sent troops here without fuel, food, water, or a place to sleep. Here they are being forced to sleep on the floor, piled on top of one another. If this is treating our troops disrespectfully, it is you. That's not disrespectful.
Now, okay, so while you were in the Army, and while I was in it, Justin, while you were in, did the commander-in-chief ever tell you where you're going to sleep?
Nope.
Did they ever give you food?
Nope.
And did he ever give you fuel?
3 times the charm. Nope.
As a matter of fact,
typically that's part of your chain of command.
I'm going to look at this
and their
photo,
responsibility.
And I'm going to say this is a goddamn luxury that these guys
It's really not bad. They got AC in there. It's not as bad as they're making it out.
It's dry. It's clean. There's probably air conditioning.
Yeah. They have water.
They
have water, and that's a box of MRE. So tell me no food, no water. You're wrong.
Yeah.
This is better than we slept any time we went and did anything in the field.
Yes.
Because it was this in whatever the weather was.
Yeah.
And half the time wet.
As a National Guard infantryman and a reactive duty infantryman, I have spent a lot of nights on the ground, on a floor, in way worse conditions than this. This is not bad. This is the military.
Yeah.
If you join the infantry and you don't expect days like this, you fucked up, sir.
Yeah.
You needed to have joined the Air Force.
Yep.
Right. But this is what we did.
Mm-hmm.
This is not disrespectful.
No, not at all.
This is actually very good conditions.
Also, I can tell that it's air conditioned in there because 75% of these guys still have their top on.
Yeah.
So that means it's the right temperature to still wear this fucking heated blanket they make you wear.
There were times I had to keep my K-pot and my body armor on to sleep on the floor.
90% of the time, my K-pot was my pillow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or a rock.
Yeah.
So if you think these pictures are bad, Justin, do you remember what a rain delay and a hangar looks like before a jump?
Oh, God. Oh, John, you just fucking sparked up my PTSD. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It literally looks like a bomb went off inside of a hangar.
Yep.
There's gear, equipment, and people everywhere.
Yes.
Yep.
But yeah.
And it's like,
and if you look at this, there's not one weapon that I see anywhere.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, there is. I lied.
Oh, the M4.
That's the one that they all have to share.
Yeah.
But no, this is not disrespectful.
No, it's
And as a governor who's you're the guy that leads the National Guard, right? You should know that that's not disrespectful. You should know that there's food and water sitting in that picture. Like
all he's doing is turning this into a political thing and trying to be like, look, I stood up to Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, you're standing up to him, but you're taking the side of illegal aliens that are destroying your city that your taxpayers don't even want there.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Either way, I mean, we can go on and on and on about all that kind of stuff. But,
I wanted headlines to fill 10 minutes. It filled about 20. So we're probably good now.
Right. So, we told you about some events we have coming up. We told you about the Redacted and Victory Day on July 1. Now we're going to get back to work.
Yep.
So thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great week. Go to warfightertobacco.com for all your smoky treat needs. We do have a dealer located around there. If you want to try to find a shop close to you that carries our cigars.
And if a shop doesn't, ask them to.
Yeah.
You have to ask them to over and over and over again. Get your buddies to ask.
Yep.
That's the only way we get in new shops. You have to ask.
Justin, you got anything?
Follow us everywhere. We are everywhere. So Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, shout out Twitter, YouTube, wherever you're listening. We appreciate it. Follow us everywhere there. Really helps whether you listen to or not. Just that number helps us in the algorithm. So that would be awesome. And get ready to party your asses off for 4th of July, boys.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll talk to you guys in a week or so.
Yeah. We'll see you guys later.